Hi friends, welcome to Tips and Tricks. Today, let's understand a beautiful lesson, The Concert, written by Shantaram. Was a notable dancer from India. She was an exponent of Bharatnatyam and also studied Kathakali and Kuchipudi. She was a recipient of Padma Shri and Sangeet Natak Academy Award and Kalidas Sanman for music, dance, and drama. This is a true story. What we are going to learn today, it's a true story. Except Pandit Ravi Shankar and Ustad Allarakha's name have been changed. All the names have been changed except Pandit Ravi Shankar and Ustad Allarakha. One morning, in a small apartment in Bombay, a girl of about 16 looked up from the newspaper and said excitedly, Pandit Ravi Shankar playing tomorrow at the Shanmukhanand Auditorium. Shh, mother said, pointing to the figure sleeping on the bed. Mother said, don't talk loudly. Someone is sleeping. You will wake him up. You know he needs all the sleep and rest he can get. But the boy on the bed was not asleep. Though mother said that he was sleeping, he was not slept. Pandit Ravi Shankar, he said. Pandit Ravi Shankar, the sitar master. He raised himself on his elbows. On his elbows, he raised himself and fell back. But his eyes were shining. We mustn't miss this chance. He said, I have always wanted to hear him. I always wanted to hear Pandit Ravi Shankar's music. Then, lie down, son, lie down, mother said. Mother said, lie down. Don't talk more, you are not well. He actually raised himself up without help. She murmured. Murmured means quietly spoken. Quietly spoken words are called murmuring. And with a catch in her throat and her eyes turned to the idols on a corner shelf, the prayer which she uttered endlessly. Mother was uttering the prayer endlessly, came unbidden into her lips. I must hear him and see him. The boy said repeatedly, I must hear him and see him. It's the chance of lifetime. Pandit Ravi Shankar's music. It is a chance of lifetime. We don't get it again. Then he began to cough and gasp for breath and had to be given oxygen from cylinder that stood under the bed. But his large eyes are fixed on his sister. Smita bit her lip in self reproach. She had been so excited to see the announcement, but she had not remembered that her brother was very ill. So the character is Smita. Smita was so excited, but she ignored for some time that her brother was ill. She had seen how the doctors had shaken their heads gravely. Sorry, they shook their heads gravely and spoken words that neither she nor even her parents could understand. But somehow, deep inside, Smita had known the frightening truth that Anant was going to die. Anant is her brother. Though the doctors did not say anything, but Smita somehow she knew that he was going to die. The word cancer had hung in the air. Her brother was dying of cancer. Even though she pretended that all would be well, they would return together, a small family of four. They were a small family of four to their home in Gaganpur. Their home is at Gaganpur, but they came to Mumbai for treatment. And he was only 15. What was the age of Anant? He was only 15. And the best table tennis player in the school. And the fastest runner. He was learning to play sitar, what not. He was the best student and he was best table tennis player and he was the fastest runner and he was learning sitar. But Anant was better than her as many things. Anant was better than Smita, his sister, in many things. He was already able to compose his own tunes. Anant was already able to compose his own tunes to the astonishment of their guru. Guru means teacher. Even the teacher was surprised. The cancer had struck and they had come to Bombay so that he could be treated at the cancer hospital in the city. Whenever they came to Bombay, they stayed with Aunt Shushila. Now we have four characters so far: Anant, his sister Smita, mother, and Aunt Shushila. They used to stay with Aunt Shushila. Her apartment was not big, but there was always room for them. They had come with high hopes in the miracles of modern science. See, now the modern science has told that cancer is curable. So everyone, all the cancer patients, they have faith. So, and he would again walk and run, even take part in the forthcoming table tennis tournament. He would play sitar, perhaps be a great sitarist one day. But his condition grew worse, from bad to worse. With each passing day, doctors at the cancer hospital said, take him home. Take him home means that they cannot give any treatment to him. Give him the thing he likes. Indulge him and allow him to enjoy the life, whatever the life that was left. Allow him to enjoy. And they knew that the boy had not many days to live. Parents and sister, everyone knew that the Anant had not got many days to live. And but they did not voice their fears. They laughed and smiled and talked and surrounded Anant with whatever that made him happy. They fulfilled his every need and gave him whatever he asked for. And now he was asking to go to the concert. The chance of a lifetime. Anand said, it is a chance of lifetime. So he has a deep desire to go. When you are better, his mother said. Anant, you can go when you are better. This is not the last time they are going to play. There will be many concerts in future. Hmm. Smita stood at the window looking at the traffic. Her eyes were wet with tears. Her mother whispered in a low voice, whispered, but Smita, you must go. Your father will take you. Anant won't be able to go, but Smita, you must go. When she was alone with Aunt Sushila, Smita cried out in a choked voice, no, how can I go? We have always done things together, me and Anant. We have always done things together. How can I go? A walk in the park might make you feel better. Aunt Sushila said, you go for a walk in the park. You may feel better. Smita was grateful for her suggestion. In the park, people were walking, running, playing, doing yoga exercises, and all sorts of things. Hmm. Smita felt alone in their midst. She was lost in her own thoughts. Suddenly, a daring thought came into Smita's mind. She was walking, thinking, how can I go without my brother Anant? So, some daring thought came into her mind. There is no harm in trying it. It would be nice to go to the concert. I don't know when we will get another opportunity to hear Pandit Ravi Shankar. She said it to her mother later, and her father agreed to get the tickets. The next day, Smita and her father went to the concert. Her brother smiled. Enjoy yourself. Lucky you. You are very lucky, Smita. And enjoy yourself. Sitting beside her father in the gallery, Smita heard, as in a dream, the thundering welcome the audience gave the great master. The first notes came over in the air, and Smita felt as if the gates of land of enchantment and wonder were opening. Spellbound, speechless, spellbound. Everyone were enjoying the music. The chance of a lifetime. She heard Anand's voice in every beat of tabla. So the concert came to an end. Audience gave the artist a standing ovation. A A man came and gave a big applause. Now it was the time, Smita thought. Now it was the time. I have to act upon it. What is the act? Let's see. She went, he was there. She went, then she went up to the steps and led to the wings, her heart beating loudly. He was there, standing with the man who played tabla for him, Ustad Alarakha. Her knees felt weak. She said, "It's time for me to act." But she was feeling very weak. Her tongue dried. She went up. "Oh, sir," she said. "Yes," asked questionably, and her story came pouring out. She said about her brother, how his brother lay sick, how he had a deep desire to see their concert. "Will you come to Aunt Sushila's house and play for him tomorrow?" she asked at last. With a lot of courage she said, "Sir, both of you, will you come to Aunt Sushila's house to play for Anand? Please come, sir, please come," she begged. Then the man who was next to them said, "Little girl, Panditji is a busy man. You must not bother him with such requests." Then Pandit Ravi Shankar smiled and mentioned him to be quiet. He turned to Ustad Sahib and said, "What shall we do, Ustad Sahib? Let's go. Shall we go? Tomorrow morning we'll perform for the boy." "Yes," he said. Panditji replied, "Yes, it is settled. Tomorrow we are coming to play for Anand." It was a very excited Smita who came home. Anant was awake, breathing the oxygen from the cylinder. "Did you hear him?" he whispered. "I did," she replied. "And I spoke to him. He will come tomorrow morning to play for you, Anant," he said. And the following morning, Aunt Sushila's neighbors saw two men getting out of the auto. They could not believe their eyes. "It's not possible." Pandit Ravi Shankar and Ustad Allah Rakha went up to the wooden staircase and knocked softly on the door of Aunt Sushila's apartment. They went in and sat down on the divan by the window and played for the boy, surrounding him with a great and beautiful happiness. They played wonderful music, and the life went out of him gently, very gently. What a beautiful, it's a true story. Okay, tomorrow's video, let's discuss about this lesson. Okay,